intelligence, wisdom, knowledge, memory. There are so many things. But many people have knowledge and intelligence also, but no wisdom. Intellect alone cannot produce wisdom. I mentioned this in one of my talks. Then you can see the difference between intelligence and wisdom. Albert Einstein, before his death, he requested people to take out his brain after his death and examine whether some sort of extraordinary formations in his brain. Because he is supposed to be the most highly intellectual scientist at that time. But they have done that. They have examined his brains. It's very noble, the formation, because the belief that people had, the mind is in the brain. No more. That belief is no more. Psychologists rejected that belief. They say mind is not located anywhere in our organs, in our body. Like electricity. Electricity is not located anywhere. So, but he is very intelligent. He is the one who discovered the relativity. Nobody else mentioned anything about earlier. He is the one who has said, there is no such thing as time. We create the time. In reality, there is no such thing as time. By depending on something, we create the time. If there is no sun, we cannot fix the time. By depending on sun, we create the time. And he said there is no such thing as space. That is why the Buddha also did not include a space as an element. Now Hinduism takes 5 elements: solidity, fluidity, heat, motion and space. 5. The Buddha has taken only 4. Solidity, fluidity, heat or motion or wind. But no space, because in reality there is no such thing as space. So later Albert Einstein mentioned, by depending on something, we say this now, depending on this floor and this roof, we say this is space. It is our measurement. Time also we create by depending on something. If that something is not there, there is no such thing as time. Such an intelligent person. But later, when people read his autobiography, they found a lot of news, what he has written, information. So a big article appeared in the State Times, one page I think. The title is, Most Intellectual Scientist, Cruel Father and Wicked Husband. Albert Einstein. See, for you to understand, intellect is there, but no wisdom. If he had wisdom, he never ill-treat his wife, his children. There are well-educated, highly intellectual scientists, philosophers, psychologists, great thinkers in this world. But we cannot find wisdom in them. Wisdom is entirely different thing. Because they are knowledge their intellect mix up, clouded with either selfishness or jealousy or illusion or emotion, then no wisdom. They can misuse, they can abuse their intelligence because it is not pure. Now we have intelligence. By nature we have intelligence in our mind. But our intelligence is submerged, suppressed, controlled by so many evil forces that dominated in our mind. That is why we cannot use that intelligence. By birth, from the very beginning, ignorance, then develop craving, after that selfishness, then greed, then jealousy, then anger, hatred, then cunningness, cruelty, wickedness. See how many evil forces are there. So these evil forces in our mind never allow for us to use our intelligence. That intelligence we use through one of these evil forces, either anger or jealousy or selfish or greed or cunningness. We use intelligence. Now you can see the difference now. There is no purity in the mind. Scientists or scientific knowledge or philosophy or psychology or any other worldly subject cannot contribute, cannot develop wisdom, but knowledge. We can learn everything under the sun and the moon, but still there is no wisdom. Now let us take the word enlightenment. Enlightenment we cannot gain simply by doing good things or by doing some service to others, by developing devotion or faith. We never gain enlightenment. I think you can remember the Buddha. We use the word Buddha, not yet attained Buddhahood. For 6 years he had been struggling, torturing his physical body, thinking that he can gain enlightenment by punishing, torturing the body, because this was the religious practice at that time. So when he was suffering, Mara, evil one, Mara, evil one, you know, every religion we have, Christianity and Islam, they talk about Satan or devil. And Hinduism talk about Asura, devil and demon. Buddhism talk about Mara, evil one. Same, different name, but the same concept. These evil forces always interrupt, disturb religious way of life. You know, when you believe something against the existing religion, either Christianity or Islam, what do they say? devil enter into your mind. Assume you are a Christian. As a Christian, you say, oh, I think the Buddha is an enlightened religious teacher, wonderful teachings, I can understand his teaching. Then I think the devil enter into your mind. They always use this word. When you talk something which is opposite, it's against that religion, the devil influence you to say like this or to believe like this. So this Mara appeared. He was not happy when he was struggling for gaining enlightenment. He wanted to stop this. Came and advised him as a friend. My dear friend, you are a prince. As a prince, you can enjoy your life. You are a young man, a prince. You can become the ruler of this country. Go back. If you want to be religious, you also can do a lot of meritorious deeds, punya. Then the Buddha gave this answer. The language that he used. Anumattena pi punyena atto mayhang navijyati. I have nothing to do with merit. No, we are working for merit through our religion. To us, merits are very important. But the Buddha says, I have nothing to do with merits. That means the merits cannot provide, give enlightenment. Merits cannot give an enlightenment. Then you have done a lot of good karma, merit. But these karmas cannot give enlightenment. These karmas are important for you, to lead a worldly, pleasurable, comfortable, fortunate, comfortable life, peaceful life, that's all. Never gain enlightenment. Therefore, ordinary people need this kind of karma or merit. But for gaining enlightenment, merits have nothing to do. Then, the normal intelligence is misled through the influence of selfishness, greed, anger, jealousy, misconception. Therefore, that intelligence is misled. That is why we cannot use intelligence. It is intelligent, not even little bit of wisdom there. As long as our knowledge remains in the mind with some of those evil forces, there we can find wisdom. When we remove all these evil forces from the mind, then that knowledge turns into wisdom. Because we never misuse, never abuse, never harm. We use that intelligence only for good purpose, not with selfish ideas, any ulterior motive. Not only for our own benefit. Then we develop wisdom and understanding. So, in our mind we have this wisdom, but mixed up with so many evil forces. So the religion is important for us to reduce, to know how to reduce these evil forces from our mind. All over the world, people are fighting creating jealousy and anger, discrimination, violence and bloodshed. By using that knowledge and knowledge and intelligence, but no wisdom. When wisdom arises, then they slow down all the other evil forces from the mind. There are three ways. Suttamaya, Chintamaya, Bhavanamaya. Three ways for us to develop this wisdom. By listening. For those days they used only by listening because there were no books. Learning means listening. Now the disciples of the Buddha are called Savaka, Sravaka. Sravaka means those who listen. Now they are disciples. But today, not only by listening, by reading, either by listening or by reading, we gain some sort of understanding. Not the knowledge, understanding. But that understanding is not 100% correct. But better than ordinary people who never developed this understanding. But this is the beginning of wisdom. Started. By listening and reading, we get the knowledge to understand things, to get rid of misunderstanding, misconception. After that, Chintamaya. This word Chinta in this country give very funny meaning. I don't know why you give another meaning. This is a well-known Pali Sanskrit word, Chinta. Chinta means thinking. By observing, by analyzing, by thinking, by investigating, that is called Chinta. What we have learned, what we have read, we think, we observe, we investigate. After that we get better knowledge. Further development of our wisdom. Even that is not sure. There may be some misconception. But better than the first one, second stage. Because we have done a lot of investigation, thinking, and we observed many things and got better knowledge and understanding. 75% better, but not 100%. Then come to the last point. Bhavanamaya. Concentration. That is the training period of the mind. Earlier we accepted knowledge, understanding without training the mind. Therefore there is no guarantee that mind can hold on to all these things without changing. Circumstances, temptation, irritation, or disturbances arouse the mind. And then we forget what we have learned. Normal human mind, again we use. That's happened to many people. But when we practice this, we use the word bhavana. In English we say meditation. The word meditation does not give the real meaning of the word used by the Buddha. He used the word bhavana. Bhavana means development. Development of the mind. We use meditation. When you refer to a dictionary for this word meditation, it gives deep thinking, penetrating. But there cannot find either morals or the spiritual development. In that word meditation, by using that word in English language, there is no moral development or discipline, but deep thinking. That is meditation. But the Buddha's word bhavana means not deep thinking. The method introduced by him for us to develop the mind, cultivate the mind. Bhaveti, develop. To develop the mind are then the methods. Different, not only one method. According to our mentality. We have different mentalities in our mind. All are not equal. 6 characters all of us have. Some we have submerged, keep under control, but exist. Some are noticeable very easily. Raga charita, dosa charita, moha charita, buddhi charita, saddha charita, vitakka charita. 6. All of us have these 6 characters in our mind. First one, raga. So in English language we can say, simple word, romantic idea. Very strong in their mind. Many people, they are interested only that particular area, romantic life. They can forget all the others. Yes, there are so many. That is their nature, not so easy to change. They enjoy that. But that way of life can create lot of disturbances. Immoral, cruel, cunning, selfish motivation. Then the second one is dosa charita. Dosa, also this word gives another meaning in this country. Dosa. There are 2 meanings in the Pali language. Anger, hatred, ill will. Dosa. Another meaning is mistake. Dosa, mistake. But here the meaning is anger, hatred, ill will. We can see very easily, some people are very hot-tempered, very easily aroused, flare up their anger. 1 or 2 words are more than enough to arouse the anger. Get angry, shout or fight. That is their nature. Not so easy to adjust and correct and change. But we should not try to justify by telling others, you must be careful, I am a very hot-tempered man. That is a weakness. It is a weakness. Create lot of enemies, misunderstanding, trouble. But that is their nature. hot temper. But when they realize they are like this, by thinking very deeply, they can keep under control. When anger flare up, immediately can bring down, calm down. Then they can act wisely after that. Otherwise they can remove. They cannot remove this at once. Raga charita, dosa charita. Then moha charita. Moha means covered, cannot see, cannot understand. The mind cannot understand. That is called moha. Simple word is ignorance. We are ignorant. We cannot understand many things because our mind is covered. Then cannot understand. When the dark clouds are there around the moon or the sun, now these few days, we won't get sunlight. Sunlight is there, but cannot see. Exactly the same. When this ignorance is strong in the mind, very difficult for us to understand things. This is the third one. Some people, by nature, they are very ignorant. Raga charita, dosa charita, moha charita. Fourth one, buddhi charita. This word buddha, buddhi, derived from the same word, same root. Buddhi means intelligence. Buddha means one who gains enlightenment by using that intelligence. That person is called Buddha. So buddhi charita means intelligence. By nature, they have intellect. It is easy to understand. Some children are very intelligent from their childhood. They can understand things easily. But many others, they cannot understand. Amongst few hundred, we can find only about 10 or 15 intelligent children. Others are not intelligent by nature, by birth. Another point. How do we get this character by nature, by birth? Parents cannot give this. God cannot give this. Then who gave this? Nobody else. That is our own character, own behavior during our previous birth. That is why we get again in this life. Many people do not know that. Because when death takes place, we drop only body. But all our evil thoughts and good thoughts combined with our mental energy, consciousness, karma, life process, mental energy, with these ingredients, one bundle. A rebirth takes place with these ingredients again. So our habits, our nature, our character, our behavior are related to our previous birth, not given by the God. That is why it is difficult to train that mind so easily. Very stubborn or want to maintain. So the buddhi or intelligence, those who have developed their mind during their previous birth, within this lifetime easily they get intelligence. Otherwise we cannot create intelligence in others' mind. By teaching, we cannot create intelligence. Intrinsic, natural intelligence must be there. Then we develop that intelligence by teaching. This is another correct. Vitakka charita. Vitakka means confused. Confused mind. Many people have. They cannot concentrate and fix the mind for one thing, to understand that this is correct and this is wrong. Confusion disturb the mind. Cannot make up the mind. Fickle-minded. People say they are fickle-minded. Today they decide to do certain thing and next day change the mind again. So fickle-minded. Many people are like that. Not so easy to change them. Always change their mind. Raga, dosa, moha, buddhi, vitakka. 5. One more. Saddha charita. Saddha means devotion. Devotion is related to emotion. Emotion and devotion both work together. Devotion means we believe, we accept many things without considering, thinking deeply. Especially when you come to religion, we develop this devotion. Whatever people come and talk to you about religion, about miracles, you accept with your devotion. But you never think deeply. That is the weakness of devotion. Very easily, cunning people, intelligent people can influence others to accept religious belief because of that devotion. Therefore, devotion alone can create harm, but that must be developed with understanding. If understanding is not there, they believe whatever they say. You know, there are some people who are going on changing their religions. I know certain Buddhists. After a few years, they follow Hinduism. After following for a few years, they accept Christianity. After following Christianity, they become Muslims. That is the nature. Danger of devotion when they accept certain things without considering, understanding properly. So all of us have these 6 characters, but all are not active. Some of them are under control, some of them are visible. Then religious teacher or master or the meditation master is important for this, to understand the character of this person. Whether this person is intelligent or hot-tempered or stupid or what you call devotional or confused mind, by knowing to prescribe, to recommend the correct method for this person, according to that person's mind. Otherwise, they diagnose the sickness and prescribe different medicine. No cure. An example. A monk who had been meditating for many years could not gain anything. But many others within few weeks or few months attained sainthood. So he got fed up with it. He wanted to give up everything and go home. When this news come to spread, and when the Buddha come to know about this, he asked him to come and see him. Then he asked, what is wrong with you? Yes, I have been meditating for many years, I could not gain anything. Therefore I have decided to go back, go home. Then the Buddha wanted to see his mind, because only a Buddha can do that. Arahantas also cannot do that. To understand the nature of the mind. What is wrong with this person's mind? And what are the obstruction, hindrances in this person's mind? So what are the developments in this person's mind? Only the Buddha can understand. When he observed his mind, he came to know he was given a wrong method for his meditation, wrong medicine for the sickness. What the Buddha did, he gave him a golden lotus flower with a straw. Hold on and meditate. So when you started to meditate by holding this one, the Buddha is watching the mind. So mind is changing, working with this object, concentrating very clearly. Then what the Buddha did, he changed the color, golden color of the petals of the lotus flower into dark color. Now when he was concentrating, this appeared, it was so beautiful, shining, golden color, turned into dark color. Oh, see the uncertainty, how quickly changes can take place in anything. Now the mind is working, the Buddha is watching. After that, the Buddha created some sort of vibration to drop the petals of the lotus flower. Now he is holding only the straw. See how appearance, decaying, changing take place. Decay. He attains sainthood. Given the correct object for him to concentrate, to open his mind. The Buddha knew because he was a goldsmith during his previous birth. He was dealing with gold throughout his life. That is why the Buddha gave him a golden lotus flower to concentrate. His mind was working with this. So the meditation master is important to understand the person's character, nature of the mind. And then he introduced about 40 objects for meditation. For meditation master to use one of these objects for meditation. Then the mind deals with this very easily. Otherwise the mind rejects that one. Then, now at the moment, what is happening to our mind? I mentioned just now, we have intelligence, we have knowledge, but we cannot use these things properly. There are so many obstructions, hindrances, disturbances in the mind. Either our craving or selfishness or one of these characters just now I mentioned always disturb the mind. So when we take a proper object into the mind, then the five senses stop bringing external objects into the mind. Eyes, ears, mouth, nose, body, fine. Must work so hard either to reject or to accept, to consider. This is a real torture to our mind. In the end we won't gain anything. But we get either anger or misunderstanding or suspicion or fear. Some sort of this, if not we become crazy because of this external object. That is why development never takes place in that mind. This external rubbish disturbs the mind. So the meditation means by stopping all these external objects, concentrate only one particular point to relax the mind. Then those evil forces always influence the mind, also reduce. Gradually, anger reduce, greed reduce, selfishness reduce, jealousy reduce, ignorance reduce, because slowly open the mind. The more we open, those dirts also separate. That is called development of the mind. So we cannot develop the mind by learning all these existing things in this world, by keeping those rubbish in our mind. That is why the Buddha said to Mara, the merits of karma cannot give me the enlightenment. I need only three things: purity, development, understanding. These are the qualities, not the merits. Abhinyayam abhinyatam. Life after life I went on developing my understanding. Not within one lifetime. Now we carry forward our understanding, our knowledge, our experience. Now if you had some sort of connection, relationship during your previous birth towards religion, you won't be here today by this time, in spite of haste and all sort of problems. You will be somewhere else. So you are here because you had some connection. You take the trouble to come and attend, to learn something. But they will continue this again in the next. Then easily we can get into the correct path. But many others are not we are not interested. You go and ask them to come and attend. We are not interested. No other work. Because they are not used to it. So, bhavetabbancha bhavita. I have practiced all the good qualities, virtues, precepts, morals, discipline, life after life, not within one lifetime. Now we can understand very easily, to get rid of one of our weakness, do you think so easy? Let us take jealousy. Can you get rid of your jealousy so easily? Yes, when you are normal, there is no jealousy. Can you get rid of your anger so easily? When there is nobody to disturb, irritate, provoke you, there is no anger in you. You can say, oh no, I have no anger. No, anger is sleeping. But if somebody comes and irritate you, flare up. Can you control that anger? Can you get rid of this anger? That is why the Buddha had to work life after life to reduce and reduce and reduce, to develop and develop and develop all the good things. He said how he got it. Abhinyayang abhinyata. Bhavetabban cha bhavita. Pahatabbang pahina. I have uprooted, eradicated those evil forces from my mind. By keeping all those evil forces in my mind, I never gain this enlightenment. This, it is called supreme wisdom. When we develop this wisdom, it is ordinary, normal wisdom. With all the other good qualities and virtues, when a person develops that wisdom, that is called enlightenment or supreme wisdom. This is the method. By listening and reading, by thinking and observing and investigating, and by developing the mind through concentration and meditation. After that, gain wisdom. So that wisdom is not the knowledge, not the memory, not the intellect. It is related to kindness, compassion, honesty, patience, tolerance, all the good qualities. That wisdom cannot use with anger, jealousy, ill will, greed, selfishness, cut off completely. Now you can understand the difference. How the Buddha introduced this way of life. It is a noble way of life for us to cultivate ourselves. We cannot get this from another person. We cannot get this from any God. We cannot get this from any Buddha if we do not practice. The Buddha said, I can tell you how to do that, how to gain that, but I cannot give this. There is no such thing that another person can give this. People believe that God can give this, or Bodhisattvas can give this. These are belief, but not practical. We had to work. We had to create understanding, not mere belief. In belief there is no understanding. Now we can say, we believe in God. Yes, it is a belief. But do you think there is understanding? Who the God is? No understanding. It is a belief. When understanding appears in the mind, that person does not depend on God or another person. Develop this. Yesterday I gave my talk in Sentul. I mentioned the difference between religion philosophy, psychology, way of life, and dharma. Dharma taught by the Buddha. Difference. Religion, philosophy, psychology, way of life were created by human beings, not by nature, created by the human mind. But dharma is not created by the human mind. Dharma is not created by the Buddha. Dharma is not created by the God. Dharma means natural occurrences. No one can create, no one can change, no one can stop. Either God or the Buddha. That is called dharma. That is what the Buddha taught us. Not a religion, not a philosophy, not a psychology, not a way of life, but the dharma. What is dharma? Reality. Natural occurrences. Not created by another person. Then what is our duty? Worshipping, praying, offering to the dharma. Do you think you gain anything? No. That is why it is necessary for us to understand how things take place, what to do by using our knowledge, understanding and effort. Simply by praying. The Buddha says, now when you want to cross a river, if there is no boat, if you do not know how to make a craft to cross, so you kneel down and pray to other bank of the river to come, to cross the river. Praying to go to heaven, the Buddha says exactly like this. By praying, you never get the chance to go there. You had to work, you had to purify, you had to develop so many things. This is the Buddha's method, not created by anybody, dharma, nature. So our duty is to cooperate, harmonize with all the other existing things. Then we follow the dharma. Now other living beings exist. We think they are nuisance to us and we destroy. Then we violate, we break the dharma. Their existence also a part of the dharma. They have living right. Every living being, big or small, has living right by nature. When we break, when we violate this, we violate the dharma. You have right to keep your property. If another person come and steal or take by force, violate that law, natural law. Abuse your right. Now the Buddha says, when someone hates you, you won't be able to get rid of that problems by hating him, that person. Never. You increase. You hate the other person, also hate. Going on increasing. Nahi verena verani, sayings of the Buddha. Hatred never ends by hatred, but by loving kindness. Otherwise, no end. When Mr. Nehru, the Prime Minister of India, he was not a Buddhist, and he was invited to give a talk at the United Nations. He started his talk with these sayings of the Buddha. Nahi verena verani. Hatred never ends by hatred, but by loving kindness. Hitler in Germany, on his birthday, Japan has sent him a birthday gift. Every country has sent something. Japan has sent a Buddha image. It is a Buddhist country with these sayings of the Buddha. Nahi verena verani. Then Hitler, yes, what is this? This one looked very nice, the image. Then what is written here? He explained to him. If anybody hates you, you cannot get rid of that problem by hating that person. Your duty is to withdraw hatred and make your goodwill and friendship and understanding toward this person. Then he said, no, I never accept that. Remove this. So, by going against the teachings of the Buddha, he adopted his own philosophy, his own doctrine, and then declared war. Killed millions of human beings. In the end, his dead body at the roadside, kicked by the people as a dog's dead body. See how he won the battle by going against the teachings of the Buddha. He said, if I come to know that somebody hates me, I must go and wallop him properly. He wanted to go against the Dharma. The Buddha preached the Dharma, but he wanted to go against that. What happened? Millions of human beings have lost their life. In the end, what happened to him? This is the example. So if we live in accordance with the Dharma, without violating, without hating, without disturbing, without bluffing, without cheating, then we follow the Dharma. Then we are developing our way of life. If we think somehow or the other we must survive, we must live, we must enjoy by violating, breaking all these things, how long can you carry on that? If not within this life, in the next existence, we have to pay the price for the violence, disturbances created by you. That is Dharma, that is nature. Because Dharma or Karma are not kind, neither cruel, natural. Dharma or Karma, neither cruel nor kind, very natural. Let us take electricity. No kindness, no cruelty, very natural. But innocent child goes and touches leakage, where electricity gets shocked and dies. No sympathy, no kindness toward the child, because that child has gone against the nature, against the Dharma. That electricity is like Dharma, nature. Karma is just like this nature. So our duty is not to violate it, not to go against this. By worshipping, praying, we cannot stop this. This is the nature of the Dharma told by the Buddha. For us to be good and to cooperate with the existing living things, environment, atmosphere, without violating. Then we follow the Dharma. So, the knowledge, intelligence can become very dangerous if you do not develop our mind to gain that wisdom and understanding. I always point out this. Scientists have discovered atomic energy, thinking that they can do some service to human beings. What they have done by using that, produce atom bomb to destroy the whole world. That is intelligence without wisdom. If wisdom was there, they never produce atom bomb. The danger of human mind without wisdom. So without religion, it is difficult for us to gain this. We can get knowledge, but we misuse this knowledge.